Well, hello.
Hello indeed, and welcome to another Nerdmotron movie commentary.
It's another one.
It's another one. We just keep doing them. You can't stop us. Try and stop us. You can't.
We are unstoppable. I don't know how much you're going to like me after this as well, because my new movie in the chain of ridiculous gimmick from Lost in Space to a current unspecified destination. The problem is the destination was the problem.
Yes.
So we started with Lost in Space, and we did Gary Oldman, and that linked us to Fifth Element.
Yep.
And then we had Milla Jovovich in that, and that linked us to Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, yeah.
But unfortunately, because of the way that I'm going to have to link again to Milla Jovovich again, from Resident Evil to Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Now, it'll become clear by the end goal that this was a tricky flow, but it's because of my 6 degrees of separation, and we'll go into the greatness from here on. And not that I'm not saying Zoolander is great, I enjoyed it a lot back in the day.
I guess.
But here we have Zoolander. We shall start post-haste and begin. 3, 2, 1,
play.
It's playing. We should have the Paramount logo coming in.
There we go. Stars going. Ooh, it's a bit.
Not Paramount. Well, yeah, Paramount.
Paramount. It's a bit stuttery. Oh, that's fine. It's just settling in.
Yeah, it's fine. Paramount locked in.
It's
Phasing out. Viacom company.
Good old Viacom. And it's gone.
And now, what's this?
Now, whatever other studios are
Viacom?
involved.
No,
that's
Village Roadshow Pictures, obviously.
Yeah.
So here we have Zoolander, a 2001 film, 90 minutes. So this is one of the shortest ones we've done.
Great!
A great 90 minutes.
I love a
just
tight
like
90.
Boosh. We have Ben Stiller starring as Ben Stiller in this Ben Stiller film.
It's a Ben Stiller movie.
It's directed by Ben Stiller and co-written by Ben Stiller. Also starring many, many other famous folk whose careers are almost too varied to properly encompass in any meaningful way.
You might want to mute the thing.
So allow me to continue to do just that. Yeah, muted.
There we go.
And
we don't have subtitles.
Yeah, we don't seem to have the subtitles on. That does seem to be a problem. I shall get them going. I really thought we were all good to go there. I even turned them on beforehand. Restarting obviously disabled it.
There we go.
There we go. Here we have this Mr. Magatu's head.
It's Captain Hairdo.
I haven't seen this in so long. I honestly don't even remember what the plot is or anything. But I'm slowly remembering now it's about some sort of like indoctrination for assassinating somebody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did he say his entire panty line?
Probably. I missed that.
So yeah, written by Ben Stiller this, I didn't realise.
I didn't know that.
And directed by Ben Stiller. And starring Ben Stiller. And with the power of IMDb, I learned also co-written by Drake Sather, rest in peace, and John Hamburg. Neither of whom have done much, but they've been linked very heavily with Ben Stiller and did a lot of the... So Sather did a lot of... he wrote for Saturday Night Live and various TV shows. Mm-hmm. And Hamburg wrote like the Fockers franchise and stuff with them, but they've both done like basically anything Zoolander related. They're all three of them credited for the writer, so it looks like they came up with the concept back in the day. Oh god, moody lit smoking scenes are always good in movies. You know they're baddies. You know they're baddies because they're smoking in a shadowy room.
Yeah, it's all very sinister.
This is that beard.
You could tell that's Will Ferrell because he's shouting every single line, which is kind of his style, isn't it?
Concordantly!
Yeah, I think that might actually...
That is his best performance.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't know, the MTV Matrix special with Justin Timberlake.
The other...
And who else was in it? Sean Scott. William Sean... Whatever, Stifler.
Oh, Sean
William Scott.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's Sean Scott Williams.
The other...
Blue Steel.
The other funny thing that Will Ferrell's done, the only other funny thing he's done, is a video that I saw ages ago where he's like arguing with an aggressive landlord, but the landlord's like a 6-year-old girl.
Okay.
It's quite funny.
I think maybe I have seen that.
Yeah. Everything else he's done, I can't really stand.
Oh, here we have the Statue of Liberty.
The famous Boo!
Oh, cunt-faced Trump!
Boo! Boo, I say! Spice Girls, they're alright.
That was two of them, yeah. That was Emma Bunton and Victoria Beckham. Was she Beckham then?
I
Was she
remember.
Beckham 22 years ago? I don't know. How fucking old are we? How old are their kids now? Their kids are probably in their 40s. Jesus.
Wow, this is just a cavalcade of stars.
Yeah. I mean, I should start off the cast, to be honest, because there's such a ridiculous cast list. I was telling you briefly beforehand that I couldn't even write everything down for all the people, because there's literally a huge list of people. They've been in this, they've been in this, they've been in this. And I mean, I could fill a whole blooming manual about the cast of this film. He's obviously got a lot of celeb friends.
You could fill up an entire internet movie database.
I could do that. We should look into that for a website,
actually. Yeah.
Here we have the man himself, Derek Zoolander. Ben Stiller, also known as Tony Wonder.
Tony Wonder?
I'm doing a double E with my hands.
Yeah, he's doing a double U.
Are you not familiar with Tony Wonder? Did you never watch Arrested Development?
I did a long time ago, but I can't really remember any of it.
Oh, Natalie Portman?
Yep.
That's only 2 years after her appearance in Star Wars Episode 1, this.
No, yeah.
Everybody looks so young.
Shot to stardom. Here we've got Owen Wilson.
Yes.
Everybody's favourite person.
Also known as Wow.
Wow.
Playing Hansel McDonald.
Wow.
They got a stunt yo-yoist in for that.
I was going to say, that's some pretty sick yo-yoing.
Oh, and here we have Miller. So this is the only reason that we have to have this film as a connection, so that we can link to the next film.
There we go.
Connections are important, and I need a pointless gimmick to help me pick movies. And to be honest, I'm really looking forward to this one, but we'll see how it goes. I wonder how it's going to hold up.
It's very flashy imagey, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the press for you.
Do you want to hear a fun fact that I just thought of from my recollections? The looks that he does, or I think Blue Steel was a parody from his wife that was making fun of the way he combed his hair in the mirror, like saying you do these looks. So that's where it come from. And his dad?
That's not his dad.
That's his actual real life dad.
That's Ben Stiller's dad.
That's Ben Stiller's dad.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
We're going to come to that's one of my quiz questions actually about. He has a few of his extended family starring in this film.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, we'll see where we come to that. But I want to slip that in so we know this.
Okay.
I thought you would have known all that actually. That he's.
I don't really know anything about this movie other than it's got these two in it.
Well, let's start with these two. So we've got Ben Stiller, also known, as I said, as Tony Wonder, playing Derek Zoolander, known very well for Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, I liked that at the time, but I don't think it really holds up these days.
No, I need to rewatch it.
It's got
I suppose
pretty significantly problematic elements to it, you know?
Yeah. I had
forgotten the sort of problematic elements that are fun
I'm a dude
when you're
playing
15.
A dude just playing another dude, that sort of section.
Well, I'm thinking more of the actual literal blackface.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, a dude playing another dude, and that's how they try and meta-ize it, don't they?
Yeah, and look, it's funny when you're 15, and not so funny these days. But there you go.
We'll see.
Is that a real dog?
I think it is. It just blinked. Maybe it's CGI blinking.
I recognise this guy. He's some kind of wrestler guy, I think.
It's Fabio.
Fabio?
I don't know who he is, but I know him by his name somehow.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Ben Stiller.
Yes.
Also in Something About Mary, Dodgeball.
Haven't seen either of those.
Several very difficult nights at a museum.
Yeah. Those are good movies.
Yeah, they are. I do like those, actually. The Fockers series.
Nah.
Also played himself very well in Extras.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pretty decent director now. He's done a lot of TV and movies and stuff recently, but he's written and directed a lot of his stuff, which I didn't really actually know.
Now, here's a question for you. Who do you reckon out of Zoolander and Hans, that his name?
Hansel.
Who actually is the better? Who has the better style? And
definitely Hansel.
Yeah.
I mean, without a doubt, it's Owen Wilson.
Yeah. He's just very cool.
Yeah, and look at... I mean, yeah, I think the whole point of Derek Zoolander is that he's just a shitty male model, isn't he?
Yes.
But apparently he's somehow the world's best.
It's a big old dig at the fashion industry, isn't it? Just
it really is.
Getting the old boot in there, probably. So anyway, Ben Stiller, what else has he done?
Well, he's done a lot. I shall refer specifically to his IMDb page because it's just way too long to go through it all. Are we talking actor? Are we talking director? Are we talking producer? He's done a lot recently. He's producing a lot of Severance TV series.
Oh, yeah.
Another producer on some French thing about Chupacabra.
Interesting.
Yeah, just like various multiple episodes of things I've never even heard of, but he has been like prolifically producing things. And then there's other stuff like he was exec producer on Megamind. He obviously produced things like Tropic Thunder, but he also was exec producer on Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny, and stuff like this. So, I mean, going through the list, there's crazy things. Tony Wonder in Arrested Development. He apparently did 13 episodes of Saturday Night Live over his years.
Yeah.
Just scrolling here, just randomly finding... There's just loads.
I bet he wasn't in
Curb
the
Your
bill,
Enthusiasm. I don't think he was in the bill, but I didn't look it up, I will confess. There wasn't much Bill crossover that came up when I was researching
I wouldn't expect so, no. I was going to say they should have done an American version of the Bill, but that's just Law and Order, isn't it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Boom!
Oh, more Trump cunt face. Ugh. Let's talk about Owen Wilson instead now.
Let's talk about Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Mr. Wow himself.
Playing Hansel MacDonald, and depending on the generation you were born into, also known as Lightning McQueen, or perhaps Roy O'Bannon from Shanghai Noon.
Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about those films at all for so long, and I saw them.
I remember going to the cinema to see Shanghai Nights.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that the first one, Shanghai Nights?
No, that's the second one.
Oh, is it?
When they go to London.
When was also Wedding Crashers? He was in that, and there's a lot of other actors that crop up in Wedding Crashers throughout this as well from the cast.
Oh yeah.
What am I mixing that with? Oh no, I think it was actually Matilda was also in Wedding Singer. I don't know, but yeah, certainly wedding films they come up.
Yep.
In people, he's got such good faces.
Yeah. Like, in many ways, that's all he has.
Well, yeah. He can't help it if he's ridiculously good looking.
Who am I?
I don't know. Is he suddenly not wet on it? He's so slow. Oh, the old LG logo. Or is that still the same LG logo?
I don't know.
He looks like
right, tell me more about Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, okay, well, we know him... we're recently starring in Loki.
Oh, yes, of course. Very good in that.
You, Me and Dupree, Marley and Me.
Yeah, all that crap.
Night at the Museum as well, he's in one of those.
He's in a couple of those.
He's in a lot of the Fockers movies.
Yeah.
Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of things. Apparently in Armageddon as well. I don't remember him in that, but I haven't seen that in years. He played Oscar in Armageddon, but am I being stupid and just don't remember?
Yeah, you are.
I haven't seen it in probably 15 plus years.
How is that film not just ingrained into your consciousness?
I couldn't say.
I mean,
I was more of a Deep Impact fan.
I like Deep Impact as well.
No, I wasn't really a fan of either. But Deep Impact was the more serious one, wasn't it? Whereas Armageddon was just like, let's take a rocket up to this place and nuke it.
Yeah.
With the oil drilly people.
Which they do in Deep Space, and Deep Impact as well.
Oh, do they?
But in just a bit more
doesn't
of
it
a
fail
convincing...
in that, though?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't work out because it's actually an interesting movie. Anyway.
Oh, dear.
Owen Wilson has also recently been in a sort of kind of Iron Man sort of thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's very, very recent.
What? Are you talking about Luke Wilson in
No.
the TV series, the CW thing, where he's with the robot suit?
No.
Okay, then I'm very confused.
Well, you'll have his IMDb there. It'll be near the top.
Oh, what was it?
I can't remember what it's called, but it's a Netflix thing. Very recent, like within the last year or two, I guess.
It's not nothing's popping up here. Loki, Paint,
Not that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Cars on the Road.
He's an Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I mean, uncredited as Mobius.
What?
Who are we talking
Ant-Man
about
and the
now?
Wasp? Owen Wilson.
Yeah, he's uncredited as Mobius, according to the internet here.
In Ant-Man and the Wasp?
It's probably just a flashback. It's probably just a little image. Because I think when they're talking about, or like some of the flashes through all the multiverse-y stuff or something like that.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Oh, sorry, Quantumania. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
Oh,
no, sorry,
right.
apologies.
I think he's in like the post-credits for that or something.
I'm trying to see, though. I can't see anything...
Let me.
Secret Headquarters?
Secret Headquarters, that's the one. He's got like a team of kids,
and
he's got like
fun.
an Iron Man suit or something.
Okay, maybe we should have watched that one.
Looks very.
Oh, here's
silly.
oh my god!
Oh
great
yeah,
use of George Michael music here, if I remember correctly. Are they not singing like the jitterbug?
Yeah, something like that. I'm still standing, something along those lines. We can't actually hear it.
An unfortunate gasoline incident. Yeah, they just start hosing each other down with petrol, don't they?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Why did that man buy that magazine just to put it in the bin?
Well, maybe he bought it just for the articles, or one article, read it, and then binned it.
Okay.
Especially after he looked at Zoolander's face. A model, idiot.
Well...
Punctuation jokes.
It's not wrong, is it? That petrol's a weird colour.
Yeah.
Looks like Orangina.
I was going to say that, orangeade or something.
It actually looks delicious.
Oh my god, it's just like...
Yeah, that's a brilliant plan. Kaboom!
Oh my god. I quite like how contrived his whole backstory is for this sort of setup.
Yeah. Rufus, Brint, and
Meekus. I don't mean like an actual brother. Yeah, it's so hard to watch this and not hear his voice as well. Like,
he's wearing white at a funeral as well.
Of course he's wearing white at a funeral.
That's very funny. That's like that would be a really dignified funeral attire if it was black.
Came down a freak gasoline freight incident. Oh, here we go, David Duchovny. He's great.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's talk about him.
Well, we've got. Okay, well, yeah. Where's David Duchovny on the list here? Right. David Duchovny, X-Files, obviously. I think I need to look at my list for that one. Mm-hmm. Californication.
Yep. Never saw any of that.
I watched it all. It was good. Oh, apparently he's recently been in 10-Year-Old Tom. Okay. Which is a cartoon that's actually very funny. It's written by the guy who did Life and Times of Tim.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of that is.
Very good. Very good. Apparently also in something... He was in Twin Peaks playing a person called Denise Bryson, according to IMDb.
Interesting.
Something called Aquarius on TV. A lot of TV more these days. In fact, he really has been more TV in general.
Yeah.
What was that film he was in? The Evolution?
Evolution.
That was a great one.
That's pretty good.
Various other bits and bobs. Bit of a sort of silver fox sex symbol these days compared to back in his X-Files days, I guess, isn't he?
I mean, he's always been a bit of a pretty boy, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. What else have you seen him in? Anything of late?
I'm just trying to think.
So he's one of those people that you know, but I don't know if I know him from things other than like Californication. Or
honestly, whenever I think of David Duchovny, I just think of Evolution. Honestly,
Fair
Even
play.
before X-Files, because I never really watched X-Files.
No, I didn't watch it religiously. I watched it,
The odd little...
the odd one.
I don't think I've ever actually watched a full episode. I've seen like little bits of
I think
episodes.
I've seen one of the movies as well, because they did a couple of them, didn't they?
Yeah, probably.
Which probably didn't help me figure out what was going on.
Balls.
So we just had Christine Taylor there as well.
Who's that?
Matilda, he was just chatting to in the cemetery there.
Oh, yeah.
But she was in Dodgeball with him and married him. I think it's his wife. Dodgeball, Zoolander, Wedding Singer. That's what I was saying for her.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I meant to say for who was I on just then? David Duchovny.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Owen Wilson? No, it was Owen Wilson, sorry. Or somebody was producing... Will Ferrell, sorry. I was skipping between my tabs. Too many tabs open. I'm going to close the ones I don't need here because this is just getting silly. I'm causing more confusion to my poor self. So we've done David Duchovny now as well. But we're talking about Christine Taylor. In Severance, I think a couple of people have come up with this in terms of links to the TV show Severance. I think he's producing it as well, Ben Stiller.
Mm-hmm.
Which I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Similarly about
Everybody's always banging on about it.
Similarly about Succession recently, which everyone keeps banging on about, and I just found out that Will Ferrell's producing this.
See, that surprises me.
Well, not really, because it's him and I think it's Jesse Armstrong who do Peep Show and stuff. It's that kind of like the thick of it sort of style dry comedy or like dark comedy kind of aspect to it. So it makes sense that he's quite.
I'm just surprised that Will Ferrell's involved in something good, But then he's not acting in it, so maybe that's why. Yeah. I don't like Will Ferrell.
I got that vibe.
Yeah. I don't think he's that funny. I think he's just loud and
obnoxious.
obnoxious.
He's funny in a few things, but he's very he's really good as that dude in Mustafa in Austin Powers.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember me, Austin Powers? Like, the whole delivery and
tell you what he's really good in.
He's just a bit over the top sometimes.
Tell you what he's really good in is that thing with Emma Thompson.
I was going to say exactly that.
Stranger Than
Fiction. Yeah, I did enjoy that as well.
That's a nice, just a nice, sweet little movie.
Is that the one where he is Maggie Gyllenhaal in that one, or is that another one that he was in? Because it was a film where he played a tax man, and he goes and has to tax Maggie Gyllenhaal, who runs a bakery. And
I think that might be the same one.
Is that Stranger Than Fiction?
I think so.
Because that was either way, he was really good at acting that whole storyline, very understated and not like
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like he's actually acting instead of just shouting.
Do you think? Well, I think it, but would you agree that it's fair to say that a lot of good comedy actors are actually good actors first? Like there was a joke about look Vince Vaughn in the background.
Oh yeah.
That hairdo. They've all got the same hairdo, actually. Yeah. Why do they all look like that?
Because that's genetics.
It's the Zoolander hair.
Genetics, man.
You got good hair. I hadn't even noticed that. They're all wearing the same wig. Apparently Owen Wilson wears a wig throughout this as well. He was filming something else and had really short hair.
That's a big M.
It is.
I like a big M.
Did my pen get in the way of your ass?
What a horrid, horrid man.
He is so disgusting.
Yeah, he's oddly enough very good at playing a loud, obnoxious idiot. Because that's kind of what he is. Most of the time, anyway. Anyway, moving on. Who else?
Christine Taylor, also in Arrested Development. Mm-hmm. Various other little bits and bobs. But quite a few TV movies, TV series. Lots of things I've not seen. Curb Your Enthusiasm again. It's apparently 3 episodes of Friends as well. We should probably have an American one of Were They in Friends? Or Were They in Friends /Frasier /Will and Grace? Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of era. Like, were they on these sort of comedy
Were They in Frasier would be a good one. Because a lot of people show up in that you wouldn't expect. I would just like to interject at this point, just to say, Zoolander more like Poolander.
Are you pleased with that?
I am. I've got a whole list of those.
What happens if we ever do the sequel then? Is that Poolander Poo?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to do the sequel. Why would we do that?
Well, unfortunately, my gimmick might require it.
Maybe.
Not going to require it. No. This is the last appearance of Mila Jovovich. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's...
That's very coal dust blackface there.
Yeah, that's... I mean, that's not really the intention, but...
No. It's, I think that's actually quite innocent. That's definitely not him in any way. There's a character or an actor thinking that's it. He's just rubbed his face in coal for a joke. And then cotton balls.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I just found out one more thing about Christine Tilling. She was on Ellen, so we'll close that tab.
Oh, dear.
We could get on to John Voight now. We skipped over Will Ferrell though because I kept thinking about the Succession thing, but we'll do Will Ferrell. It's
okay. Let's get him out of the way.
Apparently, 36 episodes producing Succession. I don't know if he's in it. Apparently not. But what is he best known for you? What's your favourite films he's been in? Because I have really enjoyed him in stuff.
I can't. Well, like I say, I think my favourite thing he's done is Stranger Than Fiction.
Yes.
Other than that, I mean, obviously you've got like Anchorman. I despise Anchorman. How can anybody enjoy that?
It's because it's ridiculous.
Even when I was of the age, you know, that you know, when I was within the target audience for that movie, I despised it. It's just horrid. Just a lot of really horrid, obnoxious, unfunny people.
I don't know. I just think. I don't know, it's got real bits of Panther in it, so you know it's good. Kind of, it's just the ridiculousness of it.
I like the fight scene.
You eat a whole wheel of cheese? I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
I like a comedy fight scene that just escalates wildly for no reason. It just draws everyone into it
quickly.
Yeah, I like that, but other than that, no.
Fair enough.
Just no.
He's been on Saturday Night Live for 140 episodes, which I'm guessing is where he first appeared. And I've don't think ever really seen a Saturday Night Live sketch that's funny. But a couple of them I've seen him in were actually quite chuckle-worthy. Yeah. Some of the older ones.
Well, the whole Matrix thing, that was a...
Well, absolutely, SNL yeah. Linked to it. Yeah, that was actually... That may be my second favourite performance of him, actually.
Yes. It suited his loud obnoxiousness.
He's popped up in Tim and Eric. He was in the Tim and Eric $1 billion movie. Do you remember?
Oh, God, everybody was in that.
That was a great movie.
His tiny little phone. Do you remember when
everybody wanted a smaller phone and now everyone's getting bigger phones again? Am I an old man?
Well, yes. I think we both qualify as that, because I very much remember the era of tiny little flip phones.
I had a Nokia 8310 or whichever the one was with the 8210 and the 8310. And the 8310 I think was the sort of more white LED mini little backlit one. I absolutely fucking loved that phone.
I never had a flip phone, but I did have a slidey phone.
Oh.
You know, where you slide the screen up and to get to the buttons. I liked that phone. You could play Tetris on it.
I had the first iTunes phone. I had the Razr.
Oh, really?
The Motorola Razr with inbuilt iTunes that could hold all of 50 songs. And you had to use a USB headphone adapter to listen to any music on it.
Wow. That's great.
It was really awful. Especially in hindsight. That's the sad thing about tech. You look back on it now and you're like, why did I love that so much? And you're like, well, it's pretty high tech at the time.
Yes. That's progress, baby.
That weird outfit and his sort of jog in this scene. Yeah. Oh my god, and we're going to get the iconic line. It's going to be at least 2 times bigger than this.
Yeah. Centre for kids who can't read good. Very good. Right, what else have you got about Will Ferrell then?
Oh, he's, as we know, very squeaky and obnoxious, but entertaining nonetheless. He's been in lots. I mean, I think, yeah, by this point, if you don't know who Will Ferrell is, good for
Consider
you.
Yourself lucky.
For you. Yeah, apparently he's in, well, obviously, Lego Movie. That was really good as well. Like, it was actually very good. Another, it does seem to be all his straight roles where he's just like playing a normal person. He actually can act it very well.
Yeah.
And then back in the day, like things like this, I really enjoyed him in. But now he's kind of grown out of his comedic persona in a way. I feel Like, so now when you see him do his shtick, it's very much his shtick, rather than just him being funny. Like,
Okay.
I feel like the way he plays these characters is great in this era, the early thousands, and now it just feels very forced when he's trying to do his zany, off-the-wall humour. He's in his 50s now, he's probably just not as kind of hyper, and he's like he's trying to get Tom Green to remake Freddy Got Fingered. It just wouldn't work.
The Other Guys, that's the other thing I know him from.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not a good movie.
I haven't seen it. Oh, I'll tell you what else is not a good movie he's in, but I actually really enjoyed watching. Holmes and Watson.
I heard about that. I heard it was
um,
an absolute train wreck.
What's his name? John C. Reilly.
I like John C. Reilly. See, John C. Reilly.
It was so funny. Like, he saved that film, John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly saves pretty much anything that he's in because he's brilliant. Just every time he shows up in something, I'm delighted.
I recently did a rewatch
Step
of
Brothers.
Steve Brule. Check it out.
Brule?
Check it out with Steve Brule. He's it's the Tim and Eric.
Oh, the Tim and Eric thing, yeah.
But we shall now move on to Angelina Jolie's father himself, Jon Voight.
Oh yeah. Just before you go on, I'd just like to say Zoolander more like Poolander.
So yes, Jon Voight, best known, of course, for playing Angelina Jolie's dad in Tomb Raider.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The first Tomb Raider.
It's been a very, very, very long time
Holy
since I've
shit,
seen
I should have worked that into my little gimmick. That would have been a great one to rewatch.
Yeah, possibly.
We have been doing a lot of early 2000s films, like 99, 2000. It seems to be the era that this tangential link... Just wait till you... Just wait.
Just wait till you see where all this is headed.
We've got one more proper film, and then we've got a special trilogy.
Ooh. There's a bit of fucking Hollywood sizzle for you, baby.
Oh, yes.
So, Jon Voight, I know Jon Voight best for when he gets vomited up by the snake in Anaconda.
Okay. He is listed certainly as Anaconda as he's like, his hand! To his hand! Although, spoilers, we don't know it's his yet, do we? Or do we? Did we hear his voice there?
I don't know. Oh yeah, he's the hand
Mila
model
Jovovich still being awesome.
Yeah.
She's a diverse actor.
She's
really
good.
She has range.
She is
like,
very,
she's not
very
just
good.
some generic, shitty model in a movie. I love her. She's great. I think we can allow the 3 movies with her featuring. She's not heavily in this one, and it means that the whole flow works. So.
Yes. We're all
Gimmicks
very enraptured by your weird gimmick.
So, Jon Voight.
Yep.
Was in 80 episodes of something called Ray Donovan on TV recently.
Fair enough. I've heard of that.
I suppose let's just look at his most famous movies here. Apparently, Runaway Train, Deliverance, and Midnight Cowboy. I've not seen any of. I think I've seen Deliverance, actually. But
Deliverance, that's the one with the banjo thing, isn't it? Yeah. That whole thing.
He's been in 24. He's been in 24 Redemption. He's been in Bratz, Transformers.
Oh no, has he got a big boner? I think he's got a big boner.
He was Nicolas Cage's dad, of course, in
not Jon Voight. I mean
National Treasure.
Ben Stiller's got a big boner.
He's got a prehensile boner.
That doesn't seem right to me.
That feels like a very late 90s joke, something out of Kevin Perry.
Yeah. Bit odd, that one. Moving on.
Yeah, I mean, he's in this.
If we can move on from that.
Anaconda, I think, you got the peak there of peak Jon Voight, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything better that he's been in this, in terms of his role of being... Oh, or talking about pulling a pocket watch out of his arsehole in Pulp Fiction.
That's Christopher Walken.
Oh, it totally is, isn't it?
God's sake.
How did I make that happen in my head?
No, I can see how you could.
I'm losing my
two
geek cred every time I do one of these things. He looks like a villain from The Matrix Reloaded.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's a crossover.
Maybe.
It's not actually, because the dreadlock ghosts, I think they're meant to be werewolves or something in that. I don't know.
No, they're vampires, aren't they?
Or maybe they're just ghosts. I don't know.
It's all very meta. The stuff they don't actually explain in the film that you're just supposed to figure out in the Matrix movies.
Oh no!
The most recent one, which is the most on-the-nose movie in the world.
Yeah. Help! I'm being brainwashed. My brain.
Nothing to worry about. that outfit always made me chuckle. Moving on to more cast members briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Stiller, like I say, that is Ben Stiller's dad.
Okay.
As Maury.
He is a real Jerry, isn't he? He's a real Jerry-looking guy.
Yeah, I wonder if he's actually been in anything else that isn't related to his son. Is he an actor? I don't think he is.
Well, I mean, he's
he
in this doing an act.
Okay,
so
I feel like an idiot now. Apparently he is in lots of stuff.
I'm sure I have seen him in
Hairspray,
other
Seinfeld, Zoolander,
Seinfeld.
The Heartbreak Kid.
That's, of course, he's in Seinfeld.
And something called Fish Hooks. Playing Principal Stickler. Or is it an animated thing? It's voice only.
Okay.
TV movies, TV series, lots of stuff. Nothing much that I'm recognising, to be honest. It feels like he's a little before my time. I think he started doing stuff in the 70s. Oh no, 57 was his first credit here. Jesus Christ. So he started out in The Big Story, a TV series in 1957 playing a guy called Tyler.
There you go.
Fascinating stuff. You've been trying to kill the Malaysian Prime Minister. Apparently this was banned in Malaysia because they talked about killing the Malaysian Prime Minister. It's like a fictionalised Prime Minister. And they're like, nope, can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why they would be a little upset by that.
Oh, it's such a mental sequence.
It is a mental sequence because it was happening in his mind, you see. His friends' beds are empty.
It's because they all died in an unfortunate gasoline incident.
They really did, didn't they?
It was a very unfortunate incident.
Right, what else you got?
David Duchovny, we mentioned briefly. John Voight. Woodrow Asai as the Malaysian Prime Minister. He hasn't really featured much. I won't talk about him. Vince Vaughn as his brother Luke Zoolander. Vince Vaughn,
easy for you to say.
Also in Dodgeball. Also with a lot of these people. What else has Vince Vaughn been in that you can think of?
I don't fucking know. Jackass, I guess. Is he in Jackass? Is he one of the Jackass people?
Vince Vaughn?
I don't know. Oh, he was in... No, he's not in Jackass, is he? The Lost World Jurassic Park.
He was.
He was the photographer / activist / dinosaur liberator.
Yeah, he's always just playing himself in a lot of things, really, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of those.
But particularly sort of well received in the sort of early thousands, really. It was the sort of Dodgeball, Anchorman, Starsky and Hutch era of him doing these films.
He was in all of that.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, various bits and bobs like that.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of TV as well, I think, but not so much now. He's more a movie man now.
I would just...
How many people you lose or how many people you leave dead and bloody along the way? He keeps repeating that line. It's so funny.
Oh dear. I'm choking to death. It's so funny. Just before you go on there, I would just like to say Zoolander, more like Zoolander.
That's quite good, actually.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Quite pleased with that one.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
How many more of these have you got?
Many.
Some.
Enough.
I've got to see if I can come up with one now.
No, it's my bit.
Okay.
Don't steal my bit.
Those looks. Oh wow. Yes. So Vince Vaughn, Saturday Night Live as well.
So you're going to talk about Vince Vaughn, but you're not going to talk about the guy who plays the Malaysian Prime Minister.
Well, we'll go into it. I'd never heard of the guy and I didn't recognise him. But actually, we'll do this. We'll see if he's actually got a page on Wikipedia, shall we? Not on IMDb, rather. Because he wasn't in the... He was only in... I copied the list from Wikipedia and then was actually referring to it off IMDb because it's easier to copy text.
Yeah.
but he doesn't seem to be listed
little bit of how the sausage gets made.
Oh yes. Well, I'll have to do full cast and just search for the man. Just riff it for a bit whilst I'm searching.
Okay. You want me to riff it? Yep. I'll riff it.
Well, you've riffed enough now. He was in Crocodile Dundee 2.
Okay.
He was in Down to Earth and The Hebrew Hammer. He's been in 7 things.
I've seen Crocodile Dundee 2.
He played a Japanese businessman in an uncredited role in Sabrina.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And there we go.
Oh, it's her. It's what's her name?
Winona Ryder.
That's the one. Famous shoplifter.
Well, what's really funny is that in this film, that was one of the fun, interesting or not interestings, just from IMDb. I think basically she has a chat with him about how you've got to work through your difficulties and your hardships and stuff, and then 6 months later she's arrested and has to go through all her shit and has to drop out of the sort of business for months. She was a bit of a klepto, wasn't she?
Paris
Hilton
Hilton there
from Thingy
a moment ago.
Yeah, this is like the cameo.
Oh, it's Billy Zane.
Yes,
we were talking about him before briefly.
Well, he's
off air.
Handsome.
He's just so cool. Look at him with his beatnik look about him.
Why do I keep seeing Billy Zane and thinking I'm looking at Arnold Vosloo?
I don't know, because you're stupid.
I don't know.
Maybe.
They don't even look that alike.
No, not really.
They're just bald men.
Bald guys. All bald people look alike to you, do they?
Yep. Him and Patrick Stewart.
Identical. Just nothing to tell them apart at all.
Apart from the voice, obviously. And the Shakespearean presentation.
Yeah, well, there's that.
That goes without saying, though, doesn't it?
Oh, did we just get the derelict my balls line? Oh, come on, Billy Zane. Billy Zane is huge.
Look at him. Derelict my own balls, thank you very much.
Look at the size of Billy Zane. He is a, or maybe Ben Stiller's just really small. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't think Ben Stiller's a huge man, but he's not tiny. I don't think he's just
probably like a 5'6" or something. I don't know.
He's just ridiculously
Whereas
average.
Billy Zane is 6'3" of pure rugged handsomeness. I can't say the word. Handsomeness.
Moving on. Alexander Skarsgård appears in this movie.
Oh, really?
It's his first ever appearance in a Hollywood feature.
Oh.
And then he made great success playing a handsome Scandinavian man.
Yeah.
He does that well.
He does, yeah. Poolander! Ah! He did my joke!
Your joke!
He stole my joke! See, he knows Billy Zane's cool. Everybody knows Billy Zane's cool. I will not have...
Why do I feel the need to look up Billy Zane to see what else I've seen him in recently? Because he rings a bell from something I've seen really recently. But I cannot think what and where.
I mean, if we start talking about Billy Zane, that's all I'm going to talk about.
What's your obsession with Billy Zane?
Because he's cool!
But what specifically makes him cool?
I don't know, he's just... this whole vibe, you know?
Like what, being an arsehole in the Titanic, for example?
Yeah, he was great at being an arsehole. He played a really, really convincing arsehole. Yeah. He was really good in The Phantom, that superhero movie from the 90s that nobody remembers and is utter trash.
Do you know him best from his roles in Back to the Future?
I always forget who he is in Back to the Future.
I think he's one of Biff's guys. He's Matt O'Malley.
Right, okay. But yeah, he's good.
He's a good guy.
He's a good person, and I won't stop gushing about him. And there's probably going to be some horrible controversy in his past or something.
Oh yeah, we haven't got to the today's section of separating actor from artist.
We're doing that, are we?
No, I don't think we are. I just think that might be a bit too on the nose. I
think everybody's quite well aware that Hollywood is just full of fucking freaks, and basically anyone that we mention probably has something dodgy about them. There's David Bowie.
Hey! His role in this, you can tell me right now whether this is interesting or not interesting.
Uh-huh.
His role in this was written by Ben Stiller and put in there not knowing if he would even be interested or, whatever, and he was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Like, they didn't really need to ask him.
Are we in interesting or not interesting now? Is that what's going on?
Well, no. It was, sort of, half there. I haven't really specified any specific interesting or not interesting. I've just done a quiz this week.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. We're doing casual interesting or not interesting.
I'm just asking you, is it interesting or not interesting?
I don't think that was interesting, actually.
Not specifically.
No, it was just a bland fact, really, wasn't it?
It's like a lot of facts. They require...
Quite bland.
Yes. Like, interesting or not interesting, Mila Jovovich based her performance on her mother.
Okay, I mean, that is...
terrifying.
Sort of interesting, I guess. In a way. Look at that shirt. Who did the actual costume design in this?
That is an excellent question, and I do not have the answer to hand, but...
I mean,
considering how
honestly, that would have been the first thing
Jean-Paul Gaultier in Fifth Element, I really should have thought of that.
Look at them skipping around, having an absolute ball.
They are. Just wait until they have a petrol fight.
I don't think that's really Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller breakdancing.
No?
I think they had stunt doubles do that.
But they just lifted their heads up out of shot to prove that it was them.
And
that was an edited wire shot. That could easily have been them.
Oh, that was them. Them doing the flippy thing. That was definitely them.
So costume designer, this was David C. Robinson.
Never heard of them.
Nor have I, but they did costume design for The Equalizer and Carlito's Way.
Great. I was just wondering if it was somebody like a Jean-Paul Gaultier.
He's no Jean-Paul
like
Gaultier, but it's good enough. Oh god, yeah, this is awful. This scene.
What on earth is happening here? Oh, he's
masturbating in front of a crowd of famous people. He's jiggling with his bits.
That's very Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah, he's doing a Louis C.K.
Oh God Almighty! Fucking hell!
And here we come to the section we don't really officially call separating the art from the artist.
Let's not. Let's just not.
Yeah. Zoolander, more like Poolander.
That's weak, and also just copying one of mine. And also, I said not to steal my bit. This is bit theft, and I will not have it. I will not stand for this.
I apologise.
For this I will not stand. Up with this I will not put. Speaking of which, Zoolander, more like Zoo-slander.
Oh.
Moving on, what else you got? Is it quiz time?
We could get a little quizzical if you like.
It's time to get
quizzical. Quizzical.
Gonna get quizzical. Ask me lots of questions that I'll probably get wrong.
We've got 6 multiple choice questions. And
Bring it on.
The first one.
Oh no, he's wedgied himself.
Oh god, yeah. That's not like comfy.
That's real, genuine pain being experienced there. Disqualified for that.
Well, talking of genuine pain, question number 1.
Okay, bring it.
For whom was the role of Mugatu originally written before casting Will Ferrell?
I don't know.
Was it A, Adam Sandler?
Ooh.
Was it B, Andy Dick?
I don't know who that is.
Was it C, Jack Black? Or was it D, David Bowie?
Now, I'm tempted to... I'm not convinced by the first two. I don't know who that second person even is.
Andy Dick is... I think he's in this playing a DJ.
I don't think it would have been David Bowie because of the thing that you said about how that role...
This is true. I think
is specifically written... the role that he has in this is specifically written for him. So I don't think they would have had any plans for him to have a major role or anything like that. And knowing Jack Black as I do, I can see him giving a very sort of similar performance. So yeah, I'm going to go with Jack Black on this one.
I'm afraid.
Oh, what?
The answer was, in fact, the person you didn't know, Andy Dick. He is.
What?
He's in the film as somebody else, but he was originally written. He's very much like Mugatu, sort of camp and shouty, just as himself. Right. So it sort of makes sense if you think about it. But okay. I thought that would have been an easy one for a start for you. You didn't know who Andy Dick was. So. Oh, great sequence coming up with Mr. Duchovny here and his...
oh, yeah. He lived, he loved, he posed.
He died when he was 29. Oh, is this like the 27-year-old actors, or, musicians and stuff dying, and they're saying that models die at 29 or something?
Your muscular buttocks. Very good. Right, quiz me. Oh, there it is. Ah!
I love it.
David Duchovny, more
awful, but his hand is pristine. It's still such a great guy.
More like David Dishevelled.
Well, here's an interesting and not interesting that I knew before I even read the list.
Yeah.
But we'll maybe wait to it after it happened. But there's a moment when he improvises a line because they forgot his line in this sequence.
I mean, that's never happened in a movie before.
But it's just very well received, the actual... It's the whole bit where he's like... but why male models? And he's like, seriously, I just told you that. Have you not been listening to anything I'm saying? And it was just David Duchovny's deadpan response. It's so good.
He does the deadpan thing quite well.
He does.
Does old Duchovny.
Are you ready for Let's Get Quizzical question
Let's
number 2?
Get quizzical number 2.
The mine used to shoot the coal mine sequences was not actually a coal mine.
Okay.
The location was called Sterling Hill. But what was mined there?
Well, I could probably guess.
Was it A, zinc? Was it B, silver? Was it C, lead? Or was it D, nickel?
I don't think it'll be lead, because I don't think they would have let them film there if it was a lead mine, because it would put a lot of people in a lot of danger.
I think lead it's quite reactive, so it's not found in its base form, so it's not quite as damaging in nature. For actual lead ore isn't as bad as lead itself. And I think that's just from, I may be wrong, but so don't discount that as an option for that reason.
See, I was going to go silver, because sterling silver, but that I think might just be a coincidence.
Is that a bit of a red herring I've slipped in there?
I think it might be a bit of a red herring. I think it's probably...
That'll be a sneaky manoeuvre if I put that in.
Or is it a double? It could be a double bluff.
It could be.
You could be double bluffing me.
Look at his beautiful glass-sealed hand. And his haggard, disgusting face. The makeup on his face is so good. The teeth and everything.
Yeah, that's very good. So it's either zinc or silver. I think I'm going to go with zinc.
And you get a ding.
Yes.
Well done.
1 for 2. I'm breaking even, baby.
I've got an asterisk next to this question.
Okay.
And the asterisk reads, possible bollocks question. So this question might be complete bollocks, but there is a correct answer that I have in mind.
Okay, so it's not a question about bollocks.
No.
Okay.
No. But this film marks the debut appearance of a celebrity as themselves in a movie. But who is it? Is it Victoria Beckham? Is it Winona Ryder? Is it Melania Trump? Or is it Natalie Portman?
Ooh, interesting.
I didn't know if that was a good question or not. And it's possible that some of these people, this is also their first appearance, but one of these people was specifically listed as their debut appearances themselves.
Give me the list again.
So we had Victoria Beckham, Winona Ryder, Melania Trump, and Natalie Portman.
See, I'm tempted to go for the Trump card, as it were.
Okay, are you? So you go.
Sorry about that.
Melania?
No.
Are you serious? I just told you a moment ago. Right. That's the whole moment. He just literally forgot his lines. He just repeated his last line.
I don't know. Winona Ryder.
It was in fact Melania Trump.
Oh, I mean, of course it was.
that was actually her film debut.
Right.
It's like not just appearing as herself, but she obviously appears as herself. So I made a silly question based on that.
Okay.
But my possible bollocks question update includes other cameos as themselves in this film. Sandra Bernard, Malin Bretton, Emma Bunton, Stephen Dorff, Ethan Higby, Carl Lagerfeld, Gavin Rossdale, Winona Ryder, Donatella Versace, and Billy Zane. So they all appear but I don't know if it's their first appearance as themselves in a movie. So
3 of those people are, maybe.
I mean, you got it wrong anyway, but to be fair, this might have been her first appearance as Winona Ryder, although I doubt that. She's probably been in other stuff as herself. But
oh no, his thing's broken.
Anyway, yeah.
His hand has been exposed to the poisonous air.
Yeah. Do you think if you did that, protected your skin in that way for a long period of time, you'd have like a young hand and an old hand, or you just didn't get
Well, it would definitely have an effect. Certainly.
I suppose actually if you hear about people who break their fingers and then are in casts for a bit and they lose the creases in their fingerprints. So I wonder if you just didn't move your hand for a while, you just get a completely smooth palm.
Yeah, maybe.
And muscle atrophy in your forearm.
That would be, not great. Hansel. Right, what's next on the old...
Should we take a little halfway through the break quiz? We want to keep watching, or do we want to do just little factoids, or do we want to finish the quiz?
I don't know, it's your show. I just have to say one thing, and that is Zoolander, more like Nooblander.
Right, well, I'm definitely doing another question now. So, the names of the 3 facial expressions, Magnum, Le Tigre, and Blue Steel, are apparently taken from a video game. But which one?
Ooh.
Is it A, World of Warcraft? Is it B, Mario Party? Is it C, Second Life? Or is it D, Black and White? I tried to give a nice varied thing so you could.
Well, it's not going to be World of Warcraft because I don't think that was really a thing at the time this movie was a thing. What was the other ones?
I mean, this is like 2004.
Well, okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, World of Warcraft's been around for
too long,
for a very long time.
I don't know if it has, been around much longer than that.
I'm still not convinced it's going to be that. What was the other options?
So we got World of Warcraft, Mario Party, Second Life, or Black and White.
Blue Steel. What were the names of the
Magnum,
things?
Le Tigre, and Blue Steel.
And what was the third option?
Second Life.
No, it's not going to be that. I think it's Mario Party or Black and White. And I don't think it's going to be Mario Party because it doesn't sound whimsical enough for that. So yeah, I'm going to go Black and White.
It was in fact Second Life.
What?
Yes.
What is...
I'll find the specific fact because I didn't believe it myself. The names for the 3 facial expressions, Magnum, the Tigre, and Blue Steel, are the names of 3 of the Sims server banks in Second Life.
Right, okay.
Whatever that even means. Whatever that even means.
I think that's purely a coincidence. I don't think there's any direct relation between that game and this movie.
Excuse me.
Than
hold for a moment. Are you suggesting that the IMDb trivia page isn't 100%?
I am, as outrageous as it may seem, I am suggesting that the IMDb trivia page might be full of shit sometimes.
I am really disheartened. What's interesting is that I'm trying to see how many people found that particular fact interesting, and it seems to be, of all of the facts on the list, it's the only one that doesn't actually have a number of people who found it interesting. So maybe someone just slipped it in here. Did you put this on here last night?
You found me out. Google Chrome, what are you doing?
Oh, it's popping up in front of my thing because it's trying to thing. Yes,
we've got a thing on the screen. It's fine, don't worry.
It doesn't affect you guys in any way.
It's barely even affected us. We could have just not even mentioned it. But we did.
I didn't mention it. You mentioned it. I was fixing it. I was solving the problem whilst you were just whinging.
No.
No, that's not true.
No, there was no whinging involved there. I would have quite happily you just left it there because whatever.
Block out the middle of the screen.
Whatever.
It would have disappeared eventually.
Whatever. Zoolander, more like Zoolaundery, like stinky shat pants, etc.
Stinky shat pants, etc.
Yeah.
I Moving on then.
Moving on.
To question number 5. Blah, 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 blah.
No, that's not the thing. We're not doing that.
So we're doing, let's get quizzical. Quizzical.
Yeah. How can we possibly keep track of all the stupid noises that we make? It's a frightening prospect.
I mean, we'd have to listen back to it or something and make note of what we're saying. Yeah?
I've got it all locked in, but anyway, move on.
Good for
Moving
you.
on. Do the thing. Question.
The character of Mugatu was named
familiar.
after a creature from which sci-fi television series?
Ooh.
Was it A, Buck Rogers? Was it B,
Buck Wild?
Lost in Space?
Oh, I recognise
Was it
that name.
C, Star Trek? Or was it D, Farscape?
You know what? I'm going to go with Farscape, just purely because I don't think Farscape gets the love it deserves these days.
I will agree with you that it doesn't get the love it deserves, but unfortunately, that was the wrong answer.
Oh.
The correct answer was Star Trek.
Well, it would be bloody Star Trek, wouldn't it?
From what I understand, Ben Stiller's a big Star Trek fan, actually. So,
Oh, really?
but it was named...
Big nerd, is he?
Named after a horned gorilla from the planet Neural in the Star Trek TV
Well,
series.
there you go.
I do think it says...
See,
Neural,
now, I
doesn't it?
believe that. I do not believe that Second Life thing. I just simply do not believe it. Like, I believe that the things are called that in the game, and they're called that in this movie. I do not believe that there's any connection.
Are you criticising the
between those
structure of my quiz here?
No, I'm
Or
just
the content
saying,
of the
I don't
answers?
believe that one thing.
Very well, you're entitled to not believe that.
I will prove it to me, and I'll still not believe it.
Well, look, should we go into the final little quiz question here?
Last one? Okay.
So, I only did half a dozen. I didn't want to overdo you. And we've got so much of this.
You didn't want to
nonsensical-
overdo me.
Yeah, well, choice of words was poor. So, question number 6.
Mm-hmm.
How many members of Ben Stiller's extended family appear in this film?
Well,
Is it A, 3? Is it B, 5? Is it C, 7? Or is it D, 9?
I don't know. This is just going to have to be a pure guess, but I'm going to go
I'll
with...
give you 5 bonus points if you can name...
That's never going to happen.
Okay.
I mean, apart from his dad, whose name I've already forgotten. Jerry, that was it. The most Jerry-looking guy there's ever been. He just really looks like a Jerry.
It's the disgusting moustache as well that gets me. And
I don't know. Whatever option B was, I don't know.
ding. I'll give you that then, yeah. 5.
All right. Okay. Wow.
So the correct answer
nice.
was ding, 5. His wife, father, mother, sister, and brother-in-law all appear in this movie.
Okay.
So his wife, Christine Taylor, Matilda.
Uh-huh.
His father, Jerry. His mother, Anne Mira, who's a protester who hits Mugatu with an egg.
Right.
His sister, Amy, is one of Hansel's friends in his loft. And his brother-in-law, Mitch Winston, is the director of the infomercial. So
Okay.
they all appear. They might need bigger and smaller roles, but I just thought that was a fun little factoid there.
That was
And
quite
you got a ding.
interesting.
So there's a bit of crossover there.
There.
Some of these facts are quite interesting. Excuse me, I just surprised myself.
Shocking.
Yes.
So that was the last. That was no more quiz. What did I get score wise? I think
Well,
I got maybe 2 out of 6.
You got zinc, so 1, and you got
Wait, I thought I got that one wrong.
no, you got the zinc one right.
Oh, did I?
You were gonna guess.
Oh yeah, I
But you got the Andy
reasoned
Dick
that one
wrong.
out, didn't I?
You got the Melania Trump one wrong. You got the Blue Steel naming Second Life one wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Star Trek one wrong, and you got 2 out of 6. You got the
That's-
and that was by a random guess. You're like the second one.
Yeah. Didn't do so well that time.
I mean, it's a bit of a
They're having a
bullshit quiz,
sexy
really.
time. They're done with the sexy time.
That's a big bit of bread.
That's a lot of bread.
Did he just say I'm rappelling down Mount Vesuvius while taking out some proper Roman-looking bread?
Probably. Again, just a fabulous,
Have you been
fabulous
smoking peony
shirt.
for 6 days straight? And couldn't some of this maybe be in your mind?
You do realise you're just reading the
I
subtitles.
know.
at this
It's
point.
because I see
Instead,
it.
what
I
you
want to
should be
hear it.
doing is paying very close attention to Owen Wilson's fabulous shirt.
It is a fabulous shirt.
And
necklace. And hair,
situation.
even though his hair's a wig.
Honestly, you could have lied to me about the wig and I would never have known. It's a very good wig.
That's movie wigs, isn't it?
Yeah, some movie wigs are not great. But that one's a particularly... And I presume that Ben Stiller's wearing a wig as well.
Probably not, no.
No, that's definitely got... It's got wig written all over it.
No, it's John Voight's hair. It's the same hair.
Yeah.
That's why they
So,
cast
yes,
it.
of course, I
They've
forgot
all
about
got the same hairdo.
Forgot about the genetics of it all.
I've got an interesting and not interesting for you.
Go on then.
There was a 1998 novel called Glamorama, by Bret Easton Ellis, about a dim-witted male model who finds himself embroiled in a terrorist ring with roots in the fashion industry. Mm-hmm. And he sued Ben Stiller following the release of the film, citing copyright infringement. But it was
citing copyright.
It was
copyright
infringement. The case was settled out of court. Was that interesting or not interesting?
Not interesting in the slightest.
It wasn't.
No.
Just sounds like.
Tell you what is interesting though.
Have you got another pun?
Zoolander, more like zoo pandering to the wokerati snowflake elites are coming for your free speech. Look out!
That was quite good, actually. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can stop that now. Right, what else you got? Facts, trivia, lay it on me.
Well, images of the World Trade Center were apparently removed from the movie. It came out on September the 28th.
Yeah, I was thinking that the funeral scene. I was like, are they going to have the two towers? But
so they were edited out of one shot apparently and obscured in another. Yeah. So they should have appeared. But I mean, I think there were a lot of films around this time that were,
Yes, well, quite famously, the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie basically had to redo quite a lot of its marketing because one of the main first trailers was actually a really good trailer with like a helicopter suspended in a web between the two towers, but obviously they were like, this is a bit distasteful, and got rid of it.
I don't know, they could have just said it was a parallel world or past.
Well, I mean, we're talking very early days of superhero movies.
Yeah, nowadays it'd be easier, but...
These days you can just chuck multiverse, quantum bullshit, whatever in, and nobody even thinks about it, really. Yeah, back in the day, I mean, people were upset about the fact that they introduced aliens in Spider-Man 3 just out of nowhere.
Now tell me, is this inappropriate blackface where a black man is playing a white man? Sorry. A black man is playing a white man who's pretending to be wearing makeup to look like a black man.
I can't unpick the problematicness with that. That's too much for my little brain to cope with.
Yeah, this is okay, but Tropic Thunder was too far, I think.
I mean, it's all just not a good idea. Just have if you want a character of a certain race in your film, then just get an actor who is that race.
I think the issue with Tropic Thunder is that they wanted somebody who was so up themselves that they believed they could play another race.
Yeah,
but
well,
then
I get the joke. I get the joke. It's just not a good joke at all. I'll tell you what is a good joke though. Zoolander, more like zoo meandering towards an unsatisfying conclusion.
Is this a dig at my gimmick?
No, actually,
because you know the conclusion.
I do know the conclusion.
It's going to be terribly satisfying.
It's going to be very satisfying.
Oh, there is one more step along the way.
Oh, baby, it's going to be good.
Oh yes.
We're talking about the trilogy thing that we're going to do at the end, but we're not going to tell you what it is yet. Because you've got to stick around.
That'll spoil the surprise.
And figure it out.
Should we start seeding little clues?
I mean, it's up to you. It's your thing.
What clue should we seed? It's another film from this era in filmmaking history.
Can I remember? Oh yeah, I remember what it is.
I think it's 99.
That's not... Yeah, okay.
Roughly the same era then. Of these films you've been watching.
Late 90s, early 2000s, I guess, yeah.
Millie terrifyingly evil. I've got to say, not a fan of the hair. That's crazy.
I didn't notice it.
Hair.
This is a good joke.
2001, yeah.
With the getting the files out of the computer. You think they would have established... you just wouldn't send these two to do this job, would you? Really, would you?
You wouldn't, no.
Also, who has an orange iMac, honestly?
I've got a pink one in my attic.
Pink one, fine. The teal one would have been good. Orange.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
it's in keeping with the aesthetic of the office, I suppose.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
Although, perhaps a bit problematic.
Yeah, a little bit.
With the remnants of his blackface.
Yeah, it's just, why... I'm a Guinness. I'm a Guinness. So I am.
You're a what it?
I'm a Guinness.
You're not for it.
I'm not for it. I'm a Guinness. Quite frankly.
Okay. This movie, as a fun fact, is the last on-screen appearance of renowned makeup artist Kevin Aucoin, whoever that is.
That's not interesting.
No,
I don't know who that is.
This is the trouble. I was trying to find some interesting or not interesting of these, right?
Uh-huh.
And look, there's quite a lot on this list.
Yeah.
But they're all very short, snippety ones.
Uh-huh.
And one of them is just Melania Trump's debut, which is where I got my bullshit fact from for the other one. And I was like, how can I make that even vaguely interesting?
Well, you just have to let the facts... the trivia, because if they're facts or not, who knows? You just got to let the trivia speak for itself.
Here's a question for you, see if you can figure this out. There's a song written by a band called Zebrahead that was named after a quote from a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The song is called "A Freak Gasoline Fight." Can you think what the movie would be?
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, you're correct. Very good. I didn't think you'd get that so quickly.
Yeah, I'm good. What can I say?
It's pretty impressive.
I don't know why Gone with the Wind is my default kind of joke movie answer. Whenever somebody asks me a question about, what movie did this happen in?
Paddington 2.
That's a different thing that I do, alright?
You do a lot of different things.
I do a lot. I've got a lot. I'm spinning a lot of plates here, alright? I've got a lot of memes just crashing around in my skull.
Offering her cottage cheese and melon. That just sounds horrible.
Yeah. I mean, presented like that, definitely not. I mean, cottage cheese.
And that shirt, there's nothing from...
Cottage cheese is just the worst thing anyone... Why would you invent cottage cheese?
I don't think it was invented. I imagine it was just left in a cottage sometime.
I mean, yeah, it does seem quite accidental, doesn't it? Yeah.
Something's about coming up in this movie that I genuinely question in terms of the sequel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Does he actually have telekinetic powers with his looks?
Well, I think not.
So,
because I think it's we're dealing with a bit of heightened reality here.
But if somebody launches a ninja star at your head and everyone sees it freeze in midair, and then...
I think we're meant to take it metaphorically.
That he metaphorically stopped somebody from throwing a sharp weapon at his head?
Yes.
And what sort of metaphors would do that?
Really, really apt ones. Just really incisive metaphors, you know?
Okay. I'll just let you...
I don't think I really need to explain myself.
I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but I'm going to have to actually just search for this DJ guy. He looks like the guy from like the video game character from Jet Set Radio, the DJ.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna, but I feel like it's just modelled a bit on him or something.
Yeah. This is all fashion, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what the fashion industry is, really, isn't it? It's just somebody comes up with a really dumb idea and makes some utter shit.
Is Maury in on the deal?
Yeah.
I've totally not been following this. I've been just tuning in periodically to the actual dialogue.
Well, that's doing a movie commentary, isn't it?
It is.
You don't really pay much attention to the movie itself.
It's so ridiculous. It's just covered in trash.
It's very
although I quite
very
like that
Padme,
outfit.
isn't it?
I quite like this. The sort of black bag jacket combo.
It's actually pretty...
It works.
It's pretty alright.
It looks like something out of a Michael Jackson music video.
Well, that's a cutting insult.
No, it looks like he should be...
It looks like he should be
next
in...
to Janet Jackson.
It looks like he should be in, like, flipping Deus Ex or something like that. With the eye things. The things around his eyes, it looks like sunglasses should sort of fold out of them.
More specifically, he maybe looks like a slightly de-assimilated Borg.
Yeah, some sort of cyborg man.
Yeah,
that's for sure. There's a lot of famous people here, isn't there? Just a lot of famous faces.
Yeah. Cameo City over here. Yeah, that's what a lot of these weird facts are as well. It's like, oh, so-and-so is sitting behind so-and-so in the audience. Like, yeah, that's not interesting. I didn't want to read that. If I see them, I see them. If I don't, I don't. If I don't recognise them, I don't care. You know? That's how member berries work.
Owen Wilson saving the day.
Yeah.
D-Bone.
D-Bone. He's so hard right now.
Popping and locking.
They're breakdance fighting.
Oh no!
That was real fighting. That wasn't breakdance fighting, that was cheating.
I mean, you saw Owen Wilson doing the breakdancing earlier. You know he could quite easily win a breakdance fight.
But can he win a fight?
Probably not.
Yeah, it looks like... Oh, he's doing it now, then.
Oh, there he goes, you see?
He's doing his breakdance.
He's got
kicks.
skills and he keeps getting hit in the nuts.
I suspect that might have been a stuntman doing those skills.
I disagree. I take back everything I said about them having stunt doubles. I think they did all of their own stunts.
I mean, I've got a fact here that legitimately states that he had a stuntman to do his yo-yoing for him, so...
I don't believe that.
Oh, sorry,
I think it's...
It's IMDb have got it. It must be true.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. Yeah. Oh no, he's going to decapitate the Prime Minister of the... Malaysia?
Malaysian Prime Minister or something, yeah.
It's all gone pear-shaped.
Yeah, to kill the claymation dude.
Claymation dude? I don't quite know what he means by that.
I think he means Asian dude.
Yeah.
We got 30 years of files in the computer. There's no way that has the CRT in it, because the way he's holding that is so light. Yeah, it didn't have it in there. Like, the way he was lifting that, those are so heavy, those machines, it's ridiculous.
Mm.
I mean, they're not that heavy, but just to be able to, like, float around on it, look like an empty case.
Yo-yo skills!
So he used a stuntman for it.
Not for that one. I think that was all special effects.
Kmart.
J.C. Penney.
She liked it. Mila Jovovich, just like so expressive. Considering how stony faced she is in
in Resident Evil, yeah. And I mean, I said at the time that there was subtlety to that performance, and you were like, "Nah, she's crap," and I was like, "No, she's good actually."
I didn't think she was crap. I just thought that it was very bland, and then going into it, I'm like, actually, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And she's meant to be a bland, faceless audience surrogate, so whatever. Yeah, we'll go.
And there was subtlety to it. There was subtlety to it. Damnation.
Yeah, when she looked. Excuse me. Looked at the character.
Are we boring you?
No, I just was up way too late last night watching movies and hanging out outside of my house. Being outside is always a problem for me.
It is always.
The next day I always suffer.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what else you'll suffer from?
This next pun you're about to read me?
Zoolander? I hardly knew her.
I made that joke earlier.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Okay.
Not Zoolander, but I made a hardly know her joke.
Yeah, well, that's a different joke then, isn't it?
Oh well, I suppose. Okay. Apologies. I'm such a monster.
You really are.
I want to make sure we didn't miss any important people on the list here. Oh, Jennifer Coolidge as American designer, Stifler's mum.
Oh yeah,
she pops up in this.
She's good. She's good in stuff.
Patton Oswalt is a monkey photographer.
That's yeah.
Those are all
I like a
big
bit of Patton
names
Oswalt.
I recognise from the. Oh yeah, that DJ was Justin.
He's gonna save the day.
Oh, here we go. So yeah, this is the one bit of reality breaking that I don't quite understand what's meant to actually have happened.
I don't think reality breaking.
And he turned left. Yeah. He turned left.
Because the whole thing is he can't turn left, and then he does turn left.
Holy moly! So what happened there?
I think the power of his beauty has overcome the laws of physics there. That's what's happened.
Is that like the Arthur Dent throwing the Nutramatic cup?
Probably. If I knew what you were talking about, I would probably agree.
On a planet.
He's proud. His dad's proud of him and his ability to give a look.
There's a very large marble statue of Arthur Dent throwing a Nutramatic cup, like a polystyrene cup, but the polystyrene cup floats there in midair because it's artistically correct, so it's held there by art.
Yes.
I think that's what you're getting at.
Yeah. Similar sort of thing, yeah.
Held there by the power of looks. Oh yeah, and you can just randomly speak Malaysian.
Mr. Prank what?
Yeah, well, he's got it wrong. He still made malapropisms in the language. I can't help it that I'm ridiculously good looking. That is fucking good.
It's very funny.
Welcome to the Derek Zoolander Center.
Nice jacket.
Is it?
Yes. Hello. Do you not understand fashion? We've just watched Zoolander.
Well,
the movie Zoolander.
Of course now I understand fashion from watching Zoolander.
You understand everything you need to know about fashion.
So what do you make of that jumpsuit?
I like it. It's fashion. It's fashion, baby.
Teaching them what we scummy.
Very good.
Oh, God. Have you seen the second film?
I have not.
I haven't.
And I never will.
Or either I did and don't remember it, or I haven't seen it, but I hear it's not been well received.
I think the whole world just kind of forgot that it happened.
But it was like Anchorman 2. You didn't need to make Anchorman 2.
You didn't need to make Anchorman 1.
Shush. That's like saying they didn't need to make one series of Firefly, or they didn't need to make one series of Alphas.
Well, they didn't need to do those things either.
No, but it would have been a shame. Oh my God, that kid. That face.
Just bored as shit. God. Not even interested in the
CG
boom
face
mic.
a minute ago when they were doing. Oh my God! What Tesla statue?
That's quite good, actually.
It's gonna be at least 2 times bigger than this.
He actually says 3 times bigger.
3 times, does he?
Yes. Because I was paying attention.
With your eyes.
Because I can do that because I'm not doing any of the trivia.
There we go, directed by Ben Stiller. So we have but one more movie before we get to our exciting trilogy.
Yes. So what are we telling people what we're doing next?
I can't even remember how the link works, to be honest. It was a very tangential one, but I think it's like somebody that cameoed in this is in the next one, but we need that for it to go to the next one. So we'll tease that it's a Macaulay Culkin movie.
Oh, there's a tease for you.
And the link is, I think, Claudia Schiffer?
I think
I didn't spot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm being stupid.
So your entire gimmick is relying on a minor cameo in this movie that we didn't mention and didn't point out when it happened because we didn't notice.
Now you say that, I'm going to have to properly check and make sure that this is going to work. Otherwise, I mean, the whole thing's
shot if this doesn't work.
Yeah, no,
I mean, some might say that the whole thing was ridiculously contrived and cobbled together in the first place, but that's what we like.
She plays herself.
All right, she'll be one of the
that's
talking heads.
Yeah, this is why this movie was the only way I could get as a proper tangential link.
Yeah,
but we're done now. The movie's over.
A Macaulay Culkin movie,
also starring
Claudia Schiffer.
That probably narrows it down to only one movie.
I mean, you could just Google those two names. And
in fact, I'm going to do that right now and hope it doesn't come up. But
of course it'll come up.
Well, let's have a look. If I do Claudia Schiffer, Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Can't type today. It does. Yes. Okay. Well, we spoiled it, but enjoy.
I mean, somebody has to go through all the effort of Googling it, and that's also presuming that anybody has actually listened to this point.
Yeah, I mean, the credits are rolling, the film's over, they have no reason to even listen to us at all.
Yeah. On that note...
Yes, farewell.
Thanks for listening to this thing that we did. Goodbye.
Goodbye.